Hey everybody, we're live again this week. So every Friday we're gonna have a workshop. You can join, ask your questions. We're gonna do deep dives as to what we've published on the app, what is new, what is happening, as well as if you have any questions or you want to pick our brains, we're more than happy to help you guys and dive into that. So let's jump right in. So as soon as you log in, you're going to see now that the interface has actually been facelift. That's the term I would like to say. So you can see that we have updated thumbnails. It's a lot cleaner. The aesthetic of the catalog is simply better. And you can also scroll down and there's getting started video. So create your first product, submit your first manual order, connect your store, import orders from your store. Very important videos to watch them. I made sure to record them as quickly as I can. So this one is probably the longest, 4 minutes and 40 seconds. This is 40 seconds, 46 seconds, and 57 seconds. So these 4 videos are going to get you up and rolling and enable you to pretty much create your store or process any order that you want in the app. There's actually features that I'm going to show right now that did update these videos. So even though it's been a week, I'm going to have to go ahead and record more videos tonight, but that's fine. That's why we're doing this, right? So the first thing I want to talk about is obviously the bulk submit feature that we were talking about last week. And I want to go over it because there's a lot of powerful tools. And if you're not using the tools the right way, you might not appreciate that feature as much as the benefits that you can use it with. So first thing I want to do is simply click bulk submit orders and see what it's going to do with these orders that I have in my account. So if I go into these orders, you can see right away that these orders are all mapped with products. They're, again, not the right products. It really doesn't matter. I just wanted to link a product to SKU to make sure that I was going to be able to bulk submit orders. So to make this a bit more challenging, I'm going to avoid this product, unvoid it, and let it unsync. So now this order is at a not sync stage. So I have this order that's not mapped. I also have this order here that is mapped. I'm going to have another order here that I'm going to go back and remove the shipping pricing. So there's no shipping selected now. It's really just 2 products that I mapped. So it's a needs approval stage, but there's no shipping mapped to this order. I'm going to go here. This shipping is mapped and this shipping as well is mapped. So technically with the features and the way I know it's built, I should be able to bulk submit 3 orders, and I'm going to have 2 orders that are going to require me to add extra work to them and go revise them to make sure I can bulk submit these orders. So I'm just going to click on that button and show you exactly the reason why as this is doing this. So 4 orders ready to submit to production. There's one that is not ready, and the reason why it's 4 and not 5 is because there's one order right here that is simply not synced, right? So I have a product here that is not mapped, so it's not going to push that order through the process because it says, hey, I don't know what product you want us to produce. Now, the other order that was I thought initially that was not going to map is this one, but since I did it previously and selected a shipping option, it automatically pushed that through. And that's what I didn't want to do. I wanted to showcase exactly what it was going to do if I didn't have that. So here I could bulk submit and pay for those 4 orders all at once. This is going to obviously save a lot of time when I'm going to do accounting because it's going to bunch up all those orders and create one invoice for me. So it's really useful to be able to have this feature, refresh orders once or twice a day and go and make sure that all your orders are ready. They're all in needs approval. They're all have a shipping option that is selected, and you can go and bulk submit. So just so you can see now, I have 4 orders, and what I'm going to do is simply map a product to this product here. It really doesn't matter which one it is for my case because I'm not going to submit this order through, but I just want to follow along. And okay, this order right here, I just added a product, and what I'm going to do is simply save for later. I'm not going to go and select the shipping option, and I'm going to click bulk submit. You're going to see right away that I have one order warning. The reason why is because this order is unavailable for fulfillment because I don't have any shipping options selected. So this is where maybe you want to go into your store level and create a store shipping rule to make sure that's mapped automatically. If you don't want to do that, I'm going to show you how to do this in the next few minutes. But if you don't want to do that, all you have to know is that every single order that comes into your store, you need to simply continue to shipping, select standard, continue, And now if you want to bulk submit those 5 orders, you're now going to be able to bulk submit those 5 orders and only have one invoice for one payment. So even though you might not be using the store setup, shipping rule setup, you might still want to only have one invoice at a time. So you can go throughout those 5, 10, 11 orders that are pending, go through them, select your products, select your shipping options, and then not submit it to production. Simply keep them there in the needs approvals tab and bulk submit all your orders at once after. So this is the simplest way I can show it to where you don't have to set up anything on the store level. Now, if you want to dive deep a bit more and go and say, okay, well, you know what? It's great for manual orders. I'm going to do this for all manual orders. Maybe I'm a reseller in a graphic design agency or marketing agency, and I don't have stores connected, right? So maybe during the day, I'm going to bunch up 5, 10 orders and create one bulk order and submit them. I would exactly use the system this way. Now, if you have a store connected and you're selling through Shopify or Etsy, so again, Etsy is now available, you can connect your store and you have shipping rules that you can set up on a per store basis. And this wording here, to me, it's complicated to understand and it's very, very simple. The reason is that if you go on a store level and you go into your shipping rules, you're going to see here that for Canada, I have 4 shipping rules, right? Depending on the weight, depending on the price, and what I want to do. So what you want to do and what you want to copy is simply come here, copy the shipping rule name that you have on your Shopify store or Etsy, paste it here, select for which region this is, Canada, and select the shipping option that you want to automatically map when an order comes in with the shipping option. So I'm going to say this is standard. Express is going to use standard. Now standard is obviously going to use standard. I'm going to do this for every single variation that I have so that I know that every single, so automatically standard, 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 they would all work because they're all the same naming convention. So I don't have to redo this. And I know that if I'm creating a manual order for one of my customers for maybe a reprint, or I want to send some apparel to one of our influencers or marketing agencies, I'm probably going to use a free shipping rule, right? So what I'm going to do is simply add this as an option, and you want to make sure that you have all the same capital letters and everything is matching. If, for example, shipping here did not have a capital L letter and I would use that on my Shopify store, that order would not map automatically. So I'm going to do this, use standard and save. So now I can see here that I have 3 shipping rules on my app store level. So I can have different shipping rules for every store that I have. So if you're a reseller and you have 6 Shopify stores, you can set it up per store and make sure that every single order that comes in, whether it's from my Printeez on demand website or my Sean website, it doesn't matter. All my orders can be bulk submitted at once, right? So what I'm going to do is go into my store here. You know what? I can, these, you can see here that these are free shipping. I could re-import those, but I want to create something new. So you know what? I'm going to go in and create a manual order. So not products, orders, create an order. I'm going to select myself as a customer because if I don't have any shipping address, the order was simply not import. And what I'm going to do here is make sure that product is importing. Perfect. And I'm going to give myself a nice steep discount. Not this, a custom discount, 100%. And Sean special. I like that. Shipping delivery, I could use standard express, but I don't want to pay for this. So I'm going to say shipping free. And again, I have to make sure that I'm using the capital S to make sure it transfers over. Done. And I'm simply going to mark that order as paid and create order. Now, I obviously know that this product I created from the app, but I did not push it through the app here. So what I'm going to do is map a product to this. So you know what? I can actually create one really fast. What was it? So espresso large, and I'm going to go here. Luke, I'm your barista, DTG. I don't have it here. I'm going to go here. I think I have some here. There's that design. There it is. All right. So I want to make sure that this follows the path and now everything is going to map. So it's loading. We have this small guy dancing. I'm going to put this at 2 inches. Luke, barista, t-shirt. Amazing. So you can also see that production days, delays have changed. So SLAs are a lot more accurate right now. So this is one thing I want to dive into later, but you can see that this is going to say 1 to 4 business days. First, it's DTG, and there's only one impression on this garment. So if I would go and add a back, for example, and just upload while I'm here. I'm just going to show you this. You can see that it's adding 1 day. You can hover your mouse over it and you can see that since the item is in stock, we're calculating 1 day for that item. DTG first print, 3 days. So that's extra. And then 1 second print on the back. So an extra day. So 1 to 5 days, that's how long your items are going to take to be produced. If I remove that back print, obviously there's only one manipulation, one touch of the garment. So it's going to be faster, right? And 1 to 4 is the maximum amount it can be, whereas 1 would be the shortest. It's right there. We take it, put it to the printer, and it's done. 1 to 4, our SLAs are a lot more accurate right now. We went to the app and added quite a lot of features to be able to do that. So I went here, created this product, and now I know I already have it on my store. So I don't want to go here and add the store. All I want to do is sync my product, and I'm going to do this. The reason why I'm doing this all in advance is because I want to show you and the way that order is going to come in automatically, and I'm going to be simply able to bulk submit, and it's going to be mad because I set up my shipping rules on my store, right? So continue, confirm selection. Why do I have this? That's okay. I really don't mind. Oh, okay. Yeah, this product was already mapped to something else. So 3XL, sync, and you're going to see now that if I go to my orders and refresh, this page has actually a lot more benefits to it. I'm going to show you later as to why. So refresh, and I can see now that this order came in, and I'm not even going to click on it. I'm simply going to try and click bulk submit, and you should see that 6 orders can be submitted now. Amazing. 6 orders are submitted. I didn't go in and click a shipping rule and choose a shipping. The reason why is because I set up that shipping rule on my store. So I said, for every order that has a free shipping option, you're going to use standard as a shipping. So now the algorithm can run and say, hey, you have a free shipping rule, or you have standard or express, use this instead in the app. Right? So now this order, the algorithm ran and said, okay, yeah, we have everything we need to be able to produce that order and expedite that order for you. So we can go in, simply pay for these orders and submit them to production all at once. Great feature, great tool. I think this was a must. Super happy that we have it now in the app. So yeah. Do you have any questions, man? Is there anybody that has questions on the chat? Perfect. So I'm just going to simply go on. The importer tool has been refined. If you click this right here, it's going to go through and says 0 orders were imported. Possible reason: you have made your store sell in your store, you don't have any active stores on your Printeez account, your order are less than 90 days, are older than 90 days, your orders are pending payment from your customers, you already imported all your orders, that the pending orders in your Printeez account, which is what happened here. All orders are already imported. So I'm going to go in, I'm going to go and create a new order just to show you. You know what? I'm actually going to duplicate this order. Keep everything super simple, add a discount, amount, percentage, 100%, reason, Sean special, and I'm going to add again, free shipping. And the next one I want to show is what happens. So save. What happens if I don't have an email address for one of my orders, right? So create order. I'm going to go in and browse product. I'm going to choose this again. And you know what? I'm going to say, add shipping, free shipping, $0. I'm going to add a discount, 100%. And I didn't even name that. That's fine. Okay. Now, am I going to be able to do this if I don't? I'm just going to save it and see what it does. So it's in Canada, Canadian dollars. I can mark this as paid. Don't have any emails. All right, let's see. Let's go into the app and import 2 orders. So technically I have 2 new orders, right? One that has my email shipping information, and the other one is simply an order that's not attached to any customers or delivery address. So I'm going to refresh here, and you can see that one order imported and the other one failed. So, okay, why is it failing? So missing required field, customer email. Perfect. Now I know that I can go here. I can simply select a customer. Oh, this is great. I don't have any shipping address. So now I have a customer, but no shipping address. So let's go back here. Say, okay, perfect. I'm going to refresh this again. I want to see what it does. Okay, failed to import. Reasons, I don't have any. So if there's no reasons, one, email was there, the phone number was there, but there's no shipping address. So the reason why there's no reason, I need to go back and ask the dev team as to if we can pull that information, say, hey, you're missing shipping information. But at least you have the order number, you know from which store. So if you have multiple stores, as some of our partners do, you can know exactly in which store the error is coming from and go and fix that. So I would go here, I would click that order number, click on it, and it would give me this page. Now I can say, okay, we'll add shipping. I'm going to go here. I have this already. Now, no emails or contact provided, but I do have a customer, so that's fine because under that customer, there is an email. And I'm going to go again, refresh, and you're going to see that now this order was actually imported. Really cool, easy, awesome. I can now use the tool to make sure that all of my orders throughout the day are being imported. So if you're not finding your orders in the app, it's going to give you tools as to know exactly why your order is not coming in. I've been talking a lot. And I'm out of water. That's fine. So if I go to this order, you can see, no, it's fine. You can see right away that all my products were mapped as well as shipping because again, shipping rules set up. If I go into my products, I can see that all my products were linked because I did that in advance. And you can see that I have this sweatshirt for this garment because it was already pre-mapped. So very cool. I can simply bulk submit all these orders at once and pay for them. So nice little tool, nice little feature. I think this is super interesting. Store level settings, you can go shipping rules. There's more information here if you want to set up more information on your store. Add order tags. We don't go through this very often, but edit stores, there's a lot of that you can unfold here. So I can rename my store. Printeez on demand if I don't like to have dashes. Order tag. So you can use, if you, for example, you have a 3PL or you're fulfilling part of your orders directly from your warehouse in-house, you can say, okay, well, every order that has this specific tag is simply not going to be imported into the app, or you can do the reverse. Every order that does have this tag, that includes this tag, is going to import orders, right? So you can do that. You can enter product tags to say, hey, every product that has this tag is simply going to be voided or is going to import into the app. So right here, this would be for voided items. So maybe, for example, you have tips or you have shipping protection that is connected to your Shopify store. And every single time an order comes in, you don't want us to fulfill that order and you want to be able to use the bulk submit feature, right? So you want to make sure that every single time that product comes into a store, it's automatically going to be voided. So any product that we don't fulfill in-house, you want to void them automatically. This is where you would do this. I would go into my Shopify on the product level and I would say, for example, I would use a tag and say home product, right? So, or maybe like in stock product. You create your own tags. And then what I would do is go to my store and say, okay, in stock products. Did I add an S? No, in store product. Create this tag. So now every product, so this product here, it would automatically be voided. So I can show you this right after I go through this, but yeah. Now you can also say fulfillment status order import settings. If you want to add more, so more orders. Now every order that is not fulfilled and has been paid for is automatically going to import. You can also say, hey, you know what? If this order is partially paid or it's scheduled to be paid or it's on hold, I can still choose to import them. That's up to you. Personally, I would not go and do that on my store level. I prefer my orders to be paid and be unfulfilled to have them import. But again, if you have specific flows in your Shopify, maybe some part of your orders are automatically fulfilled, you want them to still import, you have that tool. So that financial status order, partially paid and partially refunded, those would still be importing. You can also toggle this off. You can say voided, expired. You can import whatever you want. You just control the settings. So now we added these features for you to let you know that, hey, I can import whatever I want. You can also choose a specific date. So maybe right now you're using a second partner that is not Printeez on demand and you're fulfilling orders from that customer store or from that print on demand store, right? Partner. And you're setting up your account with us and you say, you know what, I want to start fulfilling orders with Printeez on November 11th from orders from November 11th. Don't want any order before that or past that. So before that. So you would go into your account and say, I only want to import orders from November 11th. So you would know that all these older orders, you wouldn't have to cancel or delete. So nice little feature. Also, If it's been a long time and all your orders are being imported into the app every single day, and you've been with us for a year, year and a half, and you're feeling like the refresh button's taking some time because you have thousands and thousands of orders that it's going through and the app is checking to make sure that we fulfill those orders, simply come and bump up the date. Make it to like the beginning of the month, right? So that's going to enable you to actually refresh your orders and only go through these days. So now we actually cut that up to 90 days. So any order that is past 90 days, we won't import them into the app to make sure that we kept everything. Now, warehouse, obviously, it's Printeez. And down the future, we're going to have warehouses from Printeez Canada, Printeez USA, Printeez Europe, and it's going to be one setting to where, depending on where the order is coming from, it's automatically going to be fulfilled by those warehouses. So this is an email that maybe you want to add to your packing slip so customers can reach out. Maybe you don't want to have any. If you leave that empty, there's simply not going to be any emails. Store phone number, same thing. If you want to add that to your packing slips, you can. If you want to add your company logo onto the packing slips, you can as well. Simply add this here. External review URL. So right now, I know Facebook has their own URL for reviews as well as Google. So you can simply paste the URL right here. And we have a third-party app that creates QR codes on the fly. So when we would spit out and print your packing slip label, you would have a QR code for leaving reviews. Very cool. So that's the information that's here. And that's on a store level. So now I added this tag, right? And I'm going to go in, save this, go back to my orders, and I'm your barista is the product that I had. This order right here is all, yep, I'm your barista t-shirts. I'm simply going to go here and delete this. I want to refresh that order. And you're going to see right away that this order is actually going to be canceled because every single product in that order were voided because this product here is using the tag in the app that I said, hey, if a product has a tag in stock product, make sure you void that product, right? So it's a really powerful tool. Maybe I just want a specific thing, a thank you card, a shipping warranty, like a shipping guarantee that you're adding. Maybe it's even tips that you're selling to your customers on your store. And you want to make sure that when your orders are importing, any order that has that specific product is automatically going to be voided. So let me go in and you know what? Let me try to do this can I do this on a variant level? I don't know if that's possible. We'll learn together. I cannot add a tag variant level. I just wanted to show you a specific feature, but that's fine. It's completely okay. What I'm going to do here is simply X that out and I'm going to create a product on the fly. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to say, you know what? This T-Rex is going to have this tag in stock product. Okay. I'm going to save this and I'm going to go back to my orders. I'm going to create a new order. I'm going to browse. I'm going to say these products are in and I have this product right here. So you're going to see automatically that these two products are going to be mapped, but this one here is going to be voided. So this is exactly the example I was going to say. I was trying to iterate it to showcase earlier, is that if you want to have a specific product, shipping rules, things like that, you can do that and have them voided automatically. So do this, add shipping rules, delivery, free shipping, make sure you have a capital S to make sure it's importing properly. Perfect. Done. And I'm going to mark as paid. I didn't add a customer. Me trying to go too fast and create order. I'm going to do it here. So Sean and then shipping. Sean, save. All right. Awesome. I'm going to go here. I'm going to refresh. This order is coming in. Amazing. That's so fast. It used to not be this fast. Now, not synced. Why? Oh, this product was not. Did I do something wrong? Edit. In stock product. What do I have for this product here? I was pretty sure I had this tag. Did I not save it? In stock product. Save. So now every order that comes in with T-Rex should automatically have this and mark. And that's correct. It's correct. Save. Let's delete this order and re-import it just to see. It's supposed to automatically void it like it was doing on the other products. So let's do this. Refresh. If it's not, it's fine. It's a thing that we can fix. Yeah, so it's not working right now. It needs to be fixed. And I'm not getting as to why it's not importing automatically and voiding that product. But technically what you should do and have is this order would come in just like so, and it would say voided. So did I void the whole order? Yes, I did. Let me delete this and go back here. I'm trying to understand why it's not. Okay, let's do test one. Add test one, go here, go to stores. Maybe I'm just not writing it properly. Include filter. I didn't put this at the right spot. So if you want products to be included, not included, make sure to read these. Did I go in and add it? I didn't click in stock product. Make sure to add it and then save it. All right, now we're going to import it. It's going to work. Refresh. Yes, this order's coming in, and automatically you're going to see it needs approval. Great, I can bulk submit it. So right now we would have 7 orders that should be bulk submitted. Yep, 7 orders, amazing. If I go into this order, you can see automatically that this product right here is, now it's voided, but because I select my shipping. But if I go back to that order and map it, you can see that this product is automatically voided, right? So exactly just like your tip or your shipping protection, it's automatically be voided so you can bulk submit your orders. Okay, enough on this. I think we did. Was that a lot? Or do I need to go more in dive? Like, I know it's very complex and a lot of questions that we have, but I think I did circle about everything about this. Okay. Next thing I want to showcase is really, really cool. It's people that have anybody that wants to process a bulk order. We added this nice new feature now in the app that you can go and create all your products directly there. And you can now, in your decorated products page into the catalog, you can go here and add them to an order. I just want to showcase this. It's really, really cool. Go add product. I can say, Melly, you ready? You're watching? Okay, so now we have this quick add to cart button. You click on it. Look at that. You select the color, select the quantities. Let's just say I just want 1 large. And then, okay, I want a clay. I want 1 medium for my friend. Midnight Navy. You know what? I want a medium. I want 5 larges. This mocha, I want 1 medium, and that's it. I want to add all these to my order. Now, obviously, there's no price because pricing is going to be calculated when you go to your cart. It's going to actually bundle up. There's bundle discount that are coming in the app. This is why we're doing it, this feature this way. So I'm going to add this to an order. Amazing. Continue adding or review draft order. So I can keep adding more products to my order. So let's just say, you know what? I want to add some of these as well because maybe my sister wants Monday Vibes t-shirt. So she's wearing small, and then I'm going to have a large pink, and I'm going to add that to an order. And now I'm ready to process, right? So I'm going to go review draft, and I have everything that I selected into my order and now my draft order. So I can go in and say, you know what? I want to add extra large to it. I want to add medium, and I'm also going to add a small here. And is it me or my Monday dog did not enter? Did I do something wrong? Let's just go back and try to add this. Add this, and let's just say I want this, and I want this. Add to order. Okay. Review draft order. It's not adding them. I figured a bug. I found a bug. So this is going to be fixed and published by the end of the day, but you get the point that now directly in the product catalog, you're going to be able to bulk submit products and orders and create them on the fly. So if you have a customer that sends you a bulk order, now you can simply go into the app, create his products, use naming convention. So let's just say that my customer was named Monday, right? That's his store. Well, I can simply go in, not his store, but that's his company name. I can simply name every single product Monday dash t-shirt, front and back, polo, front and back, caps, and search that in the app. And now I can go and easily create a bulk order for him, right? And process that order. So any reseller agencies that is using the app right now, I think you're going to save a lot of time bulk submitting orders this way. Very efficient tool. We also have this add to order button. It does exactly the same thing. I just really like this small thing. It's cool. So Keep that in mind. Right now, we have only one draft order pending at a time. So if you are using this tool and you're like, okay, I want to get a quote from one of my customers, you're going to have to do this multiple times in the sense you can delete this order and create a new draft order for every single customer that you want. But I cannot save my drafts order at the moment. It's coming shortly. So that's really cool. I really like this actually. It's one of the biggest features that I was waiting for. I enjoy it. Duplicate product is still there. It's working. How now have lead times, and you know exactly. I think this is a good one to showcase. So lead time for this product, there's embroidery on it, there's neck tags, and there's DTG on the front. So you can look at it and click and get more information. So artwork setup, it's 1 day. So we require digitizing for embroidery. So on your very first order, we are going to spend that time to digitize your order. So it's adding that first additional day. For every order after that, where that digitizing is done, we're saving that day. So if I would go on this product and just go into our backend purpose of this, you're probably not seeing my screen right now, but it's fine. I'm simply going to the backend of our store and I'm adding a decoration artwork, a production file actually for this product. Upload and come on, you got this. Alrighty. I just want to show that we're going to actually save a day. I'm not actually uploading the right production file, but there we go. Is my camera still open? All right. So I'm going to close this. Now, if I refresh, you can see that it's 1 to 7 days because that artwork file, that artwork time that we would spend to create that digitizing file is now technically done. I added a production file into that product, just like if it was your embroidery file. So you would see that every single time that you process an order afterwards, you would save that day. So if you're creating your products the first time and you're like, oh, 1 to 8 business days or 1 to 6 or 1 to 4, 1 to 5, you want to learn more, it's going to tell you exactly how that calculation was processed. So as well as being transparent, if a product is out of stock in our warehouse and we have to order it or it's on the way, it's going to add an extra day for item. It's going to say on order, item on order, and it's not going to be ready to pick. Obviously, it's going to say item on order 2 days or item in stock supplier 3 days. So the time for us to order it, add it, receive it, and put it into the wall. We're trying to make sure that our SLAs are as accurate as possible to help you guys dictate and be able to give good customer service to your customers. Obviously, these are always worst case scenarios in the sense that it's Q4 Black Friday that just hit. We want to make sure that we're meeting those numbers, right? So if it's standard time of the year, just like right now before the crunch of Black Friday, your orders are going to be produced in an average of 1.6 business days. Right? So that's below 2 days. That's our turnaround right now. That's our average. So that's just to give you an idea, but these numbers are minimum and maximum just to make sure that we're safe even during peak season and that you can give accurate dates to your customers or dictate that if you're getting written, hey, when is my order going to be there? Hey, you know what? Your order, you're going to receive a tracking number within those time frames and know that we're going to meet those delays. So that's a really cool feature as well. Other than that, Melly, am I missing anything that we added to the store? This is cool. Etsy is now working. So yeah, if you want to connect your Etsy store, just make sure that we added this. And this is the reason why the Etsy was not working initially. Um, Etsy changed their parameters into what they're giving us information and allowing us to have. So we weren't able to have any buyer's email information for every single order that was coming in from Etsy. So this meant that we couldn't basically create shipping labels because now the shipping companies are requiring us to have email address. So if they're not able to deliver an order or there's fees that need to get paid or anything like that, they can contact the customer, right? So we had to go in and create a workaround to where now we would require you to give us a default buyer email that we can have for every single order that comes in so that we could connect the store and import those orders, right? It's just us having restriction with our shipping partners that is requiring emails, which is why we wanted to have this feature. So now just to make sure we're all on the same page, if you're not going into every single order afterwards from your Etsy store and updating the email address from your customers, which I don't know how we can do that right now. That's a good point. Luckily, I just looked at this. You're going to be the point of contact. So every single time a shipping partner is going to try to reach out, or maybe somebody by email, which is very rare, but it can happen, you're going to be the one that the middleman talking to your customers back and forth to make sure that the information is transferred and you can deliver that package accordingly. So that's the small thing we wanted to touch point on. And again, everything else is working seamlessly. So you don't need to go in, import a CSV file to make sure order's importing, or take that information from our app and push it to your store after. Everything is synchronized, just like Shopify. Talking about integrations, we are actually starting the WooCommerce integration on Tuesday next week. So that's going to be done before Black Friday, hopefully, if everything goes well. Normally, integrations is it's fairly straightforward. So we should have the WooCommerce integration done before November 28th, which is a major feature. I know a lot of users want to have that integration and right now are actually importing orders manually and doing them. So that's a big plus. And then we're going to go every single one afterwards, right? So it's going to be WooCommerce, Wix, BigCommerce, Magento, Flow. So all these integrations that we want to do, and it's going to be one after the other. That, and then the big feature that we're working on, I don't know if you guys saw when we did the release, there was like inventory statuses. We're working actively through that. We're trying to publish that information on the store, see the feedback, and it's extremely hard to be accurate in the sense of SLAs as well as information that we have from our suppliers, right? So we integrate with most of our suppliers through an API and have active live inventory information coming into the app every 5 minutes. So that's been running for the last 5-6 months. So we've been able to use that and create reorder to level thresholds that we automatically create POs and send those to the supplier. So that's been really helpful. But some of our suppliers, the information that we have is not accurate in the sense that their information is giving us the inventory for the whole North America, whether it's Canada or US. So that's not accurate for us to be able to represent the true actual SLAs. If we are out of stock because a bulk order came in or simply because a product is out of stock in Canada, we don't know because the information given by the supplier is actually worldwide or simply North America. It changes completely the SLAs, right? So we can run really smart algorithms depending on the supplier to make sure that it's accurate and you know exactly the lead time depending on if you want to sell that product, not sell that product. So we're working actively through that. And obviously we have like a maximum capacity space right now in our facility to where we don't have the space to hold units, SKUs in stock, right? Which is right now we actually have the space to hold 70,000 units, and 70,000 units is not that many when we actually print and produce. Season is going to be roughly around 6,000 to 7,000 units a day. So when you go through that number within 10 days, you're out of stock, but obviously you have extra smalls, 3X, 2X smalls. You're selling most of your stock into the medium to XL range, right? So we don't have 70,000 SKUs of medium to XL in all the colors and everything in stock. So we are working really, really close with our suppliers to make sure that their inventory is close and connected. So right now, we are probably going to add a filter in the product catalog to make sure you have high stock level, a low stock level. And that's not just going to be from our in-house inventory. It's going to be as well as our suppliers. So the ones that we can replenish easily and get stock quickly. So even though we might have that product in stock, if we only have, let's say, Gildan 5000 Black Large, we have 144 in stock right now. During the day, we might sell actually 350. So we're missing 350, 144. So we're missing 206 items, right? And that means that we need to reorder and get it on shelf, but we're also reordering an extra 144 to receive the next day and add to our inventory wall to make sure we replenish, right? So it's our work in progress, and that's what's enabling us to be faster. It's really the only thing that we need to become faster with more and more products, right? So right now we have roughly 60 SKUs in the inventory, and I mean our inventory is pretty deep in the sense that we have stock of those products. But if we're selling fast of the same SKU because it's the best seller, obviously we have to replenish, and that's why we're connected to our suppliers with an API, and we want to make sure that that information is transferred to you to make sure that you can transfer that to your customers as well, right? It's a chain that we have to follow through. And if, for example, we're out of stock, our supplier is out of stock, then we want to make sure that there's an option in the app that you can switch automatically to a new product. That's what we're actively working on right now, is testing that feature that, hey, Gildan 5000 black large is out of stock. Can we switch it to something else? Maybe a Gildan hammer or a Gildan 2000 that's not even active in the app, but at least it gives you a tool to make sure that you can switch to another product that our supplier has stock for, that we can order extremely fast and produce on demand, right? So we're switching ideas, we're walking through it, and we're testing a lot of things. I think that's going to be the biggest feature that we're going to release in Q4, in the sense that we're going to enable you to actually switch products if they are out of stock, get notified, and keep selling, right? So at least you're not going to be tied down and say, hey, I can't sell anything. So one, the goal is be transparent, show you exactly what we have on hand as well as our suppliers. Two is give you tools to make sure that if we are out of stock and our suppliers out of stock, then we can give you a tool to switch product easily and keep selling. So that's two. And we're going to bring more UI improvements in the design tool to make sure that it's easier to navigate. So switching to decoration methods, maybe even switching from one print area to another, depending on which decoration method you are, not having to go back. For example, you're using DTG front and back and you want to switch for DTF back. Well, it's not complicated, but it's not intuitive to go back to DTG, X out, and then click DTF, right? Why not just click on the back and then select where it is right now, exit out, and then click DTF, for example. So small things like that, but helping you just be more efficient while creating products. Also, better workflows for mapping orders in bulk. So right now, the first iteration is when you refresh your orders, you get notification as to why that order is not coming in or when it's coming in. Next iteration is going to be, okay, 150 orders were imported. You have 25 orders that are not synced. Here's a report of all the products that are not being mapped. Map them. So you're going to have features like you click on a button, you map that dimension, that size with the garment you want, save, and now bulk delete those 25 orders, refresh, re-import them, and they're all going to be, it needs approval so you can bulk submit those orders. So that's another thing that we're working on to make sure that, again, you're as efficient as you can be to submit orders and keep marketing and doing what you're really good at. So that's the main things that I wanted to go through in this live event. There was a lot of things that we went through, but yeah, is there anything that you think we need to add to the conversation that I forgot, that I missed? Or do you want to add anything that you saw this week maybe? There was a lot of small tweaks. There was big updates, so I know that there was some pain points. We went through them. And yeah, we're trying to do our best every time there's a release to mitigate the amount of small hot fix or publishes that we have to do. But that's the nature of building tech and going through the process, right? So yeah, I think it went fairly well this week for everything that we increased and added to the publish. So I'm excited to see what's going to be next week and the features that the team are going to keep building. But yeah, it was a really, really good week. We can feel that Q4 is right around the corner. We're making more content. You're probably seeing Melly on your Instagram feed and Facebook feed and Google feed. We're starting to promote our business and our ads. So as well as just sharing the content and being able to show you what we're doing on a day-to-day basis. So this is one part of it, doing the live. But again, everything else is going to be cherry on top. So more content is going to come on Facebook, more content on LinkedIn, YouTube, TikTok. And if you do speak French, go follow our TikTok. We speak French on our TikTok. It's like our fun app where we just mess around, have fun. Yeah. So if you are speaking French, you have questions, feel free to jump on TikTok. We'll be more than happy to respond there and enjoy. So it's printeez.ca on TikTok if you want to have fun and join us. So yeah, I guess if anybody doesn't have any question, we'll catch you guys all next week. So toodaloo.